Okay, now let's do case problem number 1 for Word chapter 1. Okay, number 1, open a new blank document. So click the Word, Microsoft Word, and then blank document. And then save the file as np catering. Okay, so go to file and then save it as. I will browse to my folder. Okay, my folder is different from your folder, so okay, what I'm doing is I'm going to use drive C, CS103, and then homework. So all my homework will be saved in this homework folder under CS103. And then so file name should be WD1 catering, and then save. So make sure your file name has changed in the title bar. Okay, step 2. Step 2 is type the following address and your name. So Sean Peck, law for commercial real estate. Pepperdine Avenue, Suite 10, St. Louis, Montana 63105. All right, and then make sure you change your name. The name should be yours, not Sean Peck. This should be your name. If you write my name, that is incorrect. Okay, and then type. This case number 1 is pretty much similar to the practice, the review examples, the previous homework. So write down November. Then if we see this autocomplete information, hit enter. So it will be automatically November 9th, 2021. Okay, actually, the date will be, that's okay. We will just follow the date exactly as it is. And then, okay, type it. All right, and then blank, leaving a blank paragraph between the last line of the return address and the date. Okay, type the following as a following address: Sam, Catherine, Marshall. Okay, and then type dear Mr. Catherine, colon. Okay, and then step 6 is type all these letters. So why don't we pause and then type it? Okay, so I just typed in the paragraphs in step 6, which is this one. And then as you see this, we have email underlined. So number 7 is remove the hyperlink. How do you remove the hyperlink from this email address? Right click on the email address, right click, and then you can find the remove hyperlink. So click this. Okay, then step 8 is type this sentence. So I already typed it here like this. Okay, step 9, insert a new paragraph after the last question. Okay, so from here, hit enter, and the new paragraph means hit enter. Hit enter. So enter means you are adding a new paragraph. Okay, and then type complimentary closing sincerely. Okay. Sincerely, comma. Okay, leaving the appropriate amount of space. So why don't we make another, another space, another paragraph, and then type your full name. Insert full name. My full name is Sean Peck, and then insert a manual line break. Manual line break is Shift Enter, and then type licensed real estate agent. Okay, and then type enclosure. Okay, in the appropriate place. Okay, so this is what we did. Okay, section number 12. Okay, use the editor pane to correct any errors. Ignore any items marked as errors. Okay, if we made any errors, we need to correct it. And no houser. Okay, new houser. This is correct, so leave it. Accept any suggestions, right? Okay, if the editor pane does not. Alright, so when we check, so why don't we click type Control F? Okay, Control F, because make sure on the document, Control F, this will give you a navigation pane, or, okay, sorry, not Control F. We can just click the review tab and then check spelling and graphing. Spelling and grammar, then it will give us any incorrect characters, words. So in this case, we will ignore this one because this is pronoun, and then others are fine. So number 12 is good. Number 13, okay, italicize the 4 paragraphs containing the question. Okay, the questions are what? 4 paragraphs contain this one, right? These are the questions, so we'll make italicized. So select 4 questions and then click italic, or you can use Control I. So if you move your mouse on italic button, can you see this one? Control plus I. Control plus I means Control, hold down the Control key and press I. Okay, and then 14, format the list of questions as a bulleted with square bullets. So these 4 will be bulleted. So click the bullet arrow and then select square bullet. Okay, number 15, remove the paragraph spacing after the first 3 lines. So why don't we select the first 3 lines of these 4? Oh, I'm sorry, this is a return address, right? Return address. So scroll up. So this is the return address. So select these 3. First 3 is this one, actually including my name. So we will leave the last line of the address, and then the line spacing will be 0. So how do you change the spacing of paragraph? Click the paragraph dialog launcher, and then once you have this paragraph dialog launcher, make sure the after is 0. So we remove the spacing for these 3 paragraphs. Do the same thing for the 3 paragraphs of the address. So the address is this one. So there are 4 lines, but we will select 3 lines because we will make space before and after to 0. So space of these 3 paragraphs will be zeros, like this. Okay. Okay, for number 16, center the 4 paragraphs containing the return address. Okay, this is the return address. Select the 4 lines and then center. How to center it? Okay, in the paragraph group, select the center button. The center button. Okay, and then make the format. Okay, formatter means 16 point. The size of this format of font is 16. All right, and then add the fill color to blue. Okay, the color will be blue. This blue accent 1. Shadow text effect. Okay, shadow text effect. So click. Oh, wait a second. Okay, one moment. Okay, for step 16, shadow the text effect. So why don't we select this for the return address, and then here is the text effect and typography. So select the arrow. Okay, here is the shadow menu. So select the shadow. There are many shadows. So why don't we just select the first one, outer, the bottom right. So we just changed the shadow text, applied the shadow text effect. Okay, then next one is 17. Deselect. Deselect means select any place in the document, and then create an envelope. Okay, how do you create an envelope in this document? Okay, it's in the mailing tabs. Mailing tabs has envelopes, so click envelopes. Then from this one, we will enter the same catering address in step 4 as the delivery address. Step 4 is delivery address is this one. So why don't we copy step 4, the address in this one, and then paste it here. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. There is extra line, so why don't we just remove the extra lines? Remove it. Okay, remove it. And then the return address shown in step 2. So shown in step 2 is this one. So Ctrl C, and then click this return address, Ctrl V, and your name should be your name. And then remove extra lines. Okay, this one is malfunctioning. Come on. Oh shoot. Oh no. Okay. All right. Sorry about this one. So we're gonna do. So I have to do it again. So mailing and then envelope. Okay, the return address. This is go to the return address. This is the delivery address. Remove it. Okay, for the return address, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and this is my name. And then remove other lines. Oh, wait a second. This one has a problem. Okay, let me pause. Okay, so when I copy and paste the return address, there is a bug. So I had to reopen it, and then I had to retype. Instead of copy and paste, I had to retype this return address. Okay, and then once we're done, then click Add to Document. Then make sure click No, because we don't want to make this one as a default address. Okay, so we have just created envelope page. So scroll down. All right, so we are done. So we click No, and then we are done. So save it. So click the Save button or Ctrl S, and then close. Okay, so this is the catering that we just created, and then let me double click and open it. So yes, this is correct. So we have a return address and a delivery address and so on. So we are done for this case problem number 1 homework. So we have completed Word chapter 1 homework.